to this bonus episode of Lost Art of Wrestling. This is the episode following up on the WrestleMania predictions made by Coxie, Lewis, and Anthony. We are basically the ones that didn't do their homework and got a telling off. So we're now currently in detention, and we're actually doing the work we're supposed to have done in class. I am your host for this bonus episode. Definitely stupid, depending on your viewpoint. Maybe sexy. Should be sexy Flinders. And joining me from the RAD Live podcast, we have the Burger Man himself, Alan Morrison.
There we go. That's all you get.
That's all he's getting. Audio, not even bronze. Not even bronze. Speaking of audio bronze, we have the man of 1,000 holds. The man that can get your small package on time. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Formerly a Dazzler. Billy the Boy Bunkle.
How we doing? All the way from North Korea.
Yes. Yes. I don't know. I don't want to touch that one. We're barge falter.
Praise to our fearless leader.
So yeah, what we're doing normally this time of year, pre-Global Bastard, we tend to gather around a rather large table in a pub, get slightly merry, and give our WrestleMania predictions. And we've not been able to do that last year. We didn't do anything for WrestleMania because we all basically had one prediction. It was going to be garbage, pure garbage, and I'd like to say we was all 100% correct, and we all won by not watching much of that WrestleMania.
I think I watched about 45 minutes of it and went, yeah, no thank you, see you later.
I made mistakes.
It was dire.
The whole thing.
Oh, Bunkle watched it, whereas I checked out. I mean, the only match there's only two matches I can remember. That was the who's got music on? But
sorry, wife's got TV on.
Ah, right. Well, anyway,
Go on, use your words.
I'm trying to, but it's very off-putting, sir. I managed to do 45 minutes last year as well. The only two matches I remember are the Cesaro match, which was bland. We had the women's tag match, I believe, with Asuka and it was when they wrestling the Iconics, and it was
something like that.
Was it the Iconics? But it was Asuka and Nikki Cross. That match, and yeah, that's all I can actually somewhat remember. So It wasn't great. I'll be brutally honest with you. So yeah, this year I thought, you know what, we'll go back to we'll actually do our WrestleMania predictions. I wasn't going to do it last time, but I thought, you know what, I'm letting the side down here. I'm going to give my thoughts. Now, I'll be brutally honest with you. I'm not the most knowledgeable on the current booking at this moment in time, so this is more based on assumption, what little knowledge I do have, and personal preference, if I'm brutally honest with you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So yeah, I don't know how up to date the product Bunkle is.
Bits and pieces. Bits and pieces
Here and there, so it's one of those. So we may as well kick it off. So we may as well kick it off and start with the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley defending against Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre's got this.
You think Drew McIntyre's got this? Right.
I think he's unfortunately correct because you can't have two heels going over in the title matches. So, I have to go with Drew McIntyre also. And plus, the booking for the Hurt Business since Lashley became champion has been shite.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been great. Lashley was better as part of a group. And it's now concerning that, we all know that my nickname for said Bobby Lashley is the Milky Brew. He is the brew that you will take off somebody. It's not sort of drink that you will ask for. But if someone gives it to you, you're not going to complain. He's not good, nor is he bad. He's just that middling wrestler who puts you in a match and you'll get nothing offensive out of him. but nothing exciting or spectacular either. So on his own, not a massive fan of him in that direction. My personal opinion, especially knowing, well, not knowing, but, rumour has it that this is going to open up WrestleMania and they're going to give this the first match in front of a crowd, a big crowd. The other, that's what Vince wants for, like, Drew McIntyre. This is going to be... This is going to be...
They've actually... Hang on a minute. They've actually got spectators.
Yeah. Spectators to this one, yeah.
Like Super Bowl. It's the same stadium as the Super Bowl, man. So,
so they're doing 14,000 allowed in there.
I've heard about 20,000 potentially.
Yeah, 20,000 they reckon.
It's not running on it.
But,
that's strange because
this is Florida.
Buccaneers, Buccaneers were only allowed 14,000 in their stadium.
Yeah, but don't forget you've also got the ringside area where
you got the seats on the ground, haven't you? So that's where they'll make it up.
Exactly. So that'll be 6,000 on the pitch alone. So that does kind of tally. As for, like I say, Drew McIntyre, I think what I've heard on the grapevine is that Drew McIntyre, Vince is wanting Drew to win that belt in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Get a reaction. Based on that, plus obviously booking later on into the show, or shows, shall we say, I have to agree with you guys and go with Drew McIntyre. Main reason being just because Vince wants that crowd pop.
Yeah,
he wants that pop for Drew McIntyre. And in a way, it would gauge Drew McIntyre to Vince McMahon of how popular he actually would be as a champion. So, yeah, I'll go with that. I will say Drew McIntyre.
My only input with this, I think Drew McIntyre as a belt holder is probably one of the best things that's happened to WWE in some time.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely think so. He's deserved it. He really has. He's worked hard to get in that position.
I would say Drew's title reign is, or for what I've understood, I've seen bits and bobs, I've seen highlight reels, and I've seen this, that, and the other. It's been a little bit underwhelming, if I'm brutally honest, and I think that's partly because of a lack of a crowd. It's going to make everything underwhelming. I think it's a good idea to get the belt off Drew, to give him the chance for this pop, like now, like at WrestleMania. I think it's a good idea. That way we can gauge, how popular he would be. Let's remember when he won the Royal Rumble in 2020, he got a pop.
Yeah.
The people were excited to see him win that match. So there is some sort of calling there, some sort of popularity sort of thing there, that potentially there could be some sort of like successful raid after this, especially if they're going to start having crowds in. So yeah, I'm down with Drew. We all agree on that one with Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So we're all in there. Now bear in mind this is for our predictions competition as well. So I'll be making clear who we are picking because there's going to be a winner this year. Now all I'm going to say is I want Anthony's fucking crown. So I am taking this seriously as best as I can. Moving on, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Sasha Banks as champion, taking on Bianca Belair.
Belair. I've been trying to fucking say her last name. I can't been saying it. That Belair. But yeah, Bianca's got it in my books.
Okay. Any reason?
Because it's just nice seeing someone else getting the title out, being like Sasha Banks or, the usual people. So it's just nice to have a fresh face with the title.
Yeah, maybe. Me and Bunkle have no sort of like love for Sasha Banks. We do not like this lady. I've actually got a record on saying she is fucking dangerous. As for Bianca Belair,
she was all right in Mandalorian.
Oh dear. Bianca Belair, she has not had a great build. She should be at this moment in time in that women's division to steal a term. She should be taking skulls. She is one of those athletic women in that division. She is one of the most legit-looking women in that division. Character-wise, it doesn't work as a face because I am the best. EST, I am the fastest, strongest, all that lot. That is not a face gimmick. That is a heel gimmick. It doesn't look good. And the fact of the matter is that Sasha Banks, as a heel, bitched her out and she just stood there and took it. Does not look good. It does not look good. Now, I'd like to say that Bianca Belair is going to go over in this match, but I also don't think she's ready for a title reign. Therefore, I can't, in good conscience, say that Bianca Belair is going to go over in this match. And I have to say that Sasha Banks is going to retain, no matter how much I dislike that. It's going to be Sasha Banks is going to retain.
You see, I think like Alan Bianca Belair is going to win. It just makes too much sense for her not to win. Almost, she's come up from NXT. I don't think she's that good, but it's somebody new, and she's twice the size of Sasha Banks. She just has to go over.
This is it. I mean, she does look legit. She looks like a professional women's wrestler.
She looks like a professional wrestler, yes. I think she's still a little bit young, a little bit green, but at the end of the day, you're putting the belt on her to try and lift her into that upper echelon of the female wrestlers they think they have. Then you got to do it. Pull the trigger.
Yeah, no better time than WrestleMania, I guess. So, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, yeah. So, yeah, I'll go with Banks, you two, Belair.
Yep.
Right, we'll go with that then. Next up, we have Bad Bunny with Damian Priest versus The Miz with John Morrison.
Piss break.
This,
pretty much.
Now, yeah, I'm going to have to agree. This is probably the piss break tonight.
This is just an absolute joke of a match setup. It is. It's terrible.
Now, I can understand them using Bad Bunny. He's a fucking celebrity at the end of the day. He is a celebrity. He has a big following.
Does he?
He does have a huge following, Bad Bunny.
I don't even know who he is.
He's not big over here. He's not big over here, but he's massive in like Latin America and USA. He is huge over there, and that is why he's. This is why he had a run with the 24/7 belt. This is why he's in a. Well, we're not going to call it a high-profile match at WrestleMania. It's there, but he's actually.
No need for it.
He's actually in the. It's a one-on-one match with managers against The Miz.
Oh.
There's going to be fuckery involved. It's going to be a shit fest. And
I'm putting this out there now. I'm going to say this. This match will be over in 5 minutes.
I hope so.
Less than.
I hope, because I think less than as well. And you honestly think that it's going to be... But Damian Priest is going to get involved, especially with John Morrison.
Going to murder the pair of them, and Bad Bunny will get the pinfall. Simple.
Absolutely. That is what is going to happen. And it's a shame, because I'm one of the few people that probably like The Miz.
I like The Miz.
I like The Miz. I used to rep his shirt at wrestling shows and everything. I think he's a very talented gentleman, and he's solid in the ring. It's like
also he's just amazing on the mic.
Exactly, he's great on the mic.
He's solid. The crowd so well.
He's solid, but most importantly, he's safe in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy. He's a good wrestler. He's a future Hall of Famer for me. Not a headlining Hall of Famer, but he is a Hall of Famer all the same.
If Coco Beware can get in, anyone can get in.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, I'm going to say that that Bad Bunny is going to go over in this match, sadly, because of celebrity. Let's remember that Snooki has a WrestleMania win. Let's remember.
I'm also picking Bad Bunny for said reasons.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's getting it because, this match is shit, so it's going to be a shit result.
This match is all about marketing and popularity.
Oh yeah.
End of the day, Bad Bunny has a huge following in America, Latin America, and this match alone may sway a good amount of people to watch the product. To have him not win is going to cause a shitstorm for these people, and I can't see because they will not come back. They want these people to come see the product and to stay. They will just leave as soon as Bad Bunny loses this match. And go, fuck this shit, not interested. For me, it's got to be Bad Bunny for marketing reasons alone. And that is it. That's for me. So we're all agreed on that. Shall we move on?
Yep.
Right. Next match, we have potential match of the night. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins.
I know what you're saying, and I'd love this to be match of the night, but it's not going to be. It's going to be shit. I just think to Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins last year, and it was shit.
No, but Cesaro can sell it. That's the thing.
Cesaro could wrestle a mop around the ring, and he'll make a half decent match. That's the thing.
People said that about Kevin Owens, and I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
Fair enough. I don't like Seth. I will admit he has some technical ability in a ring. That is it. He's got, for me, the personality is grating. Though his promos are grating. I just don't like the gentleman's work outside of the ring and on the mic. In ring, I can't really complain too much. He's not bad. I'm not going to say he's amazing, but he's not bad. He's another Bobby Lashley in the case of, like, you're going to get a decent match out of him, just maybe nothing spectacular. He has a couple of big WrestleMania moments, like they've said on the previous podcast where they talked about Seth Rollins having his two major WrestleMania moments in the same fucking WrestleMania. When he came out with a briefcase and then he was on the receiving end of that RKO.
Ah, yes, yeah.
But yeah, in this match, Cesaro, unfortunately, is a jobber to the stars at this point in his career. But arguably for quite a while in his career, if I'm brutally honest with you. And unfortunately for a lot of WWE brass, Seth Rollins is a star on the way back. What better way to give
yay.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Exactly. So, what better way to give this gentleman momentum than giving him a WrestleMania win in a competitive match? Now, I do genuinely think the match is going to be great. I think the match is going to be match of the night, but that does not mean I'm going to like the result, because I am going to call Seth Rollins going over in this match.
Yeah, I agree on that one. It's really, really don't like him, but unfortunately, this is set up for him to jump back onto main card matches.
This is it. This is his return, and it's a big way to get a return by getting a WrestleMania win against a credible opponent.
I concur. It's Seth Rollins.
Has to be. I can't see it being any way other way.
Rolling.
Absolutely. So yeah, all agreed on that one. We'll move on. The next one on the docket is the Raw Tag Team Championship. The New Day as champions, and we're talking here of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus AJ Styles and Omos.
Yeah,
Pretty good
the
match.
champions of all of 2 weeks.
Exactly. No build.
Yeah.
We got Omos. Omos, I think it's his first main roster match. He's had a few matches in NXT. Like, on the house show circuit he has, yeah.
All right, okay.
But other than that, he's not really had any experience to say other than he is a giant monster of a man.
I quite like it because he's using AJ Styles to boost him up there, isn't he? So hopefully this could be a good match. But at the same time,
I think that's what WWE are hoping for. They're hoping a bit of AJ Styles, a little bit of stardom rubs off an Omos, and then they have their replacement for the Big Show, and God forbid, maybe even Braun Strowman. Because,
unless he's dire, then if he's absolutely dire, he's going down the Great Khali route. He's just there to be like, look, we've got a big tall guy. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, but look where Khali's ended up, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
he's in the Hall of Fame. So, which Buckle is he's visibly almost pulling his hair out at that point.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's just
I-
it's upsetting.
Yeah, I don't think Buckle's a fan of the Punjabi Playboy here. But,
Hey, look, a man can't speak English. Hall of Fame.
so yeah,
I like lots. That's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, when your finisher is literally lightly caressing someone's cheek, then it's yeah, okay.
I'm gonna say AJ Styles and
Well, this is it. This is it. The New Day are there. This is New Day without Big E. Big E is the star of that stable. Let's remember that. Big E is the draw. Kofi Kingston, to an extent, he's the veteran who's there, who can obviously can talk and he can do the funny shit and he can do the crazy shit as well. Whereas Xavier Woods is Xavier Woods. Now, the New Day, they are going to get absolutely destroyed in this match. I can see it coming. They are going to want to build Omos as this unstoppable fucking machine. And AJ Styles will do his bit. He'll get the beat down on him and then he'll come in and it'll be sort of like the heel version of a hot tag. Well, Omos will come in and he'll just destroy them both. And it's going to be it. He's going to do the thing. It's going to be the case of Omos comes in, he gets both of them, he batters the shit out of both of them, and he'll do a double pin. I am calling that now. He'll have them both in the ring and he'll pin them both at the same time. Now, the only reason I say this is, WrestleMania and debuts. They want this to be explosive. They want this to leave an example of what he can do and leave a lasting impression. Let's also remember they like giving people having their debut at WrestleMania the win. For example, let's remember Fandango beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania in his first ever match, and look where he ended up. So, yeah, I can't see any other way. They're going to do this match to build Omos up to be a massive, credible threat for the future. So, it's going to, for me, it's AJ Styles, Omos, and I can't see any other thing, any other way. It's all designed to get Omos over.
I have to agree, because, well, I hate the New Day. I've never got it. I know a lot of people love them, but I don't get it. I never have.
I absolutely love him. Just unfortunately, in this situation,
they're gonna get mullered.
They're gonna get absolutely doffed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never liked something. I've never liked Kofi Kingston. I mean,
I haven't liked Kofi Kingston either. Nope.
I did.
See, I liked it when he had a bit of momentum when he got the belt. That was fine. But other than that, it's just been a case of we need a guy that could do some crazy shit. Roll out Kofi Kingston. He's that guy. He's the, oh my God, here comes Kofi Kingston in the Royal Rumble. I wonder what he's going to do. He's that guy. It's yeah. I'm not high up. I'm Xavier Woods. What
that says the new Day is just basically a banter group. There for entertainment value. That's it. Oh, excuse me. That's it.
Oh yeah. There's room on the card for the goofy stable, but when you take the star power away from it, it diminishes it completely. For me, it damages them, and it takes the New Day are a comedy tag team, but they're also a credible tag team because they have so many tag belts reigns in their history. You take one of the main reasons why they won the belts away, they may as well be the shining fucking stars. You know what I mean? Not for me. So yeah, like I say, AJ Styles on Omos. This match is all to get Omos over. So, Alan, what are you thinking?
I've already said.
Oh,
AJ Styles Omos.
Okay. And Buckle, you with us?
Yep, I am.
All right, so there we go. So we're pretty much all the same. I wonder if this WrestleMania is going to become very, very, very predictable. The next one, for the last match that's been currently announced, bear in mind we're recording on a Monday evening before Raw airs, so there's probably going to be a hell of a lot more matches announced, but we'll see. We have Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman in a steel cage match.
Oh dear.
Uh,
See, I love Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, I absolutely love him. I just, it's once again Shane McMahon in a cage. He's going to do some death-defying flip off the top.
Yeah.
And Braun's going to win it, but he's going to be there going, "Oh, I'm injured. Someone get me."
Well, the whole
45 minutes of just cameras pinning this guy on decks on the floor with ambulance crews and everything. That is it.
Braun Strowman to me is dead to me.
What?
He is dead to me. They have ruined that gentleman. For the record, just so we know that the steel cage stipulation is there. The reason the steel cage is there is just because there's a storyline where Shane McMahon is getting other people to do his shit for him, and he's running away like a little shit. And Braun Strowman's got this stipulation involved where the steel cage is in there, so he can't run away. Now, Braun Strowman is now what I can only describe as a fucking cartoon character now. They've, for example, he does like his run around the ring, if you remember that, where he football tackles people.
Oh, yeah.
And destroys them. Do you remember when we really got pissed off with WWE when they decided to put the creaking on Aleister Black's intro? You know, when he came up out the door? Yeah, he did the creaking. They have now decided with Braun Strowman that when he rolls out the ring, and he does like his double fist pump sort of thing to signal that he's about to run around the ring. There is now a train horn.
Oh God!
So they've turned Braun Strowman into a hench Thomas the Tank Engine.
If I don't see a gif or a meme with do 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 do,
that's the next step, mate. Wrong. That is the next step. Literally, it's like when he runs around and he goes, and away he goes.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Yeah, they've turned Braun Strowman into a choo choo, and this should answer your question if you ever think that Braun Strowman is ever going to get pushed again towards a title belt ever again in his career.
I wish he did, because the Voice is such a good character, such a good wrestler, and he's just wasted so much.
Well, you see, on this, I think this match is going to be the main event of the night. It's going to be the last one of the show on the night.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I think Braun Strowman is going to go over for the feel-good feeling. I'd love to see a little bit more fuckery for Shane McMahon to go over in this somehow. He's going to do some crazy spot where he's probably going to jump off the top of the cage, and Braun Strowman is going to catch him and do some horrible, horrible shit to him. And that is what is going to happen. And that's how Shane McMahon is going to die. I'm expecting Shane McMahon to get speared through the cage or some description. I'm expecting some high spot where, like, you know, the cage collapses because Braun Strowman is a train and can't be stopped. You know, he's going to go choo-choo straight through the cage wall. And I genuinely can't see anything other than a Braun Strowman win. The face is going to go over. I can't say it's going to be Strowman.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We're all agreed.
Absolutely.
And that, gentlemen, is the first night.
Bloody hell. Probably that quick.
Exactly, that was quick. There's only 6 matches announced so far, but they're really all really predictable, and we all sort of agree. Out of the 6 matches, we've all predicted the same 5 times.
DL.
So yeah, I mean, the only one that's got a deviation is me, which is Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to do something a little bit different on night 2. So we're going to do night 2 now. And instead of going from top to bottom, I'm going to go from bottom to top, because I think the last match on this card that is announced that I'm going to read out is going to be the main event. So to start off with, we're going to have the US title match. And it is going to be Matt Riddle, who is champion, versus Sheamus.
I'm up for this. I think it's going to be a quick one.
Yeah, I'm expecting... You know, Sheamus is going to do the job, and I don't want him to. But yeah, Riddle for me.
Yeah, it's going to be a Riddle win, but it's going to be a quick one. It's going to be a good one. That makes sense. I reckon it should be a good match.
See, I think what's going to happen. Obviously, Sheamus has been having these fantastic matches with Drew McIntyre recently, when they've been knocking 7 shades of shit out of each other on Raw.
Because they're the same size.
And well, this is it. They both work the same style as well. They're essentially brawlers, right? So what I think is going to happen is Riddle and Jay. I think Riddle is going to be up for a little bit of argy-bargy, shall we say, a bit of stiff work with him being ex MMA. I think he'll be up for a few stiff shots, and I think we're going to have a bit more of the same. I think we're going to have a stiff contest, and I think, and this might seem a bit stupid, but bear with me. I think Sheamus is going to go over. I think Sheamus is going to win. He's going to take the US belt, and then he's going to take that belt, and I think he's going to take on Drew McIntyre.
All right,
this time.
Well, Drew McIntyre completely drops the championship, just goes straight for. That could work.
No. I think Sheamus is going to go for the belt.
Really?
I think that he's going to go to be a double champion. I mean, Seth Rollins has done US and WWE championship. Why can't somebody else? And that's not to say that Sheamus has to put the US belt on the line either.
Fair point.
You know, they've had really good matches on Raw. They've had really well-received matches as well. Received. Sheamus has given him a match. And he can say, look, I have got this belt. Give me a shot at yours.
Fair enough.
I've earned this belt. I can win gold just like you. Let's have another match this time. Belt on the line.
That's a good shot, actually. I quite like that.
So I'm thinking that Sheamus is going to win this and use it as momentum to go for the main strap.
Okay. I'm liking the idea of that, but I'm going to say Riddle retains.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Are you riddling as well, Bunko?
I am. Yeah. I think it's Sheamus's last dance. He's on his way out. Back injuries, etc. Playing, yeah, they do.
Maybe. Like I say, it could be the same, but I reckon if it is towards winding down, do it at SummerSlam for the belt. On a losing effort. Why not? Next one we have your favourite wrestler, Kevin Owens, versus Sami-Zayn.
Oh, look, another Kevin Owens Sami-Zayn match.
Yeah. Oh, look, they'll probably redo one of the matches they've had before.
It's going to be a Kevin Owens win, but
Here's the thing. There's a little bit of a twist, a little bit of an X factor to this match. Because there is a gentleman that's been brought along for the ride, and he's going to be in Sami Zayn's corner. And we wish, because the gentleman in question is YouTube star Logan Paul.
Oh, God, I fucking blocked that out.
Yeah, the guy that was famous for disrespecting that forest in Japan with all the dead bodies in it.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, him. And he's going to be in Sami Zayn's corner. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
All I'm going to say is, fuck this match. I have no interest in it because that cretin is involved. And just for the sake of it, because Logan Paul is on that side, Kevin Owens has got in my vote, and I have no other reason other than fuck Logan Paul.
I tell you what, it makes too much sense for WWE to have Logan Paul throw a punch and knock Kevin Owens out. Just knock him out cold.
Oh, don't.
That's what's going to happen.
Oh,
I'm putting money on it.
Oh, the guy that's been training for a boxing match and lost?
He's had two.
Yes, two.
Two, I think.
Yes.
It's a two.
This is the same amount of matches that CM Punk had, wasn't it, in MMA, and then before he decided to call it quits. So.
Hey, to be fair though, CM Punk made $500,000 each time he stepped into that octagon to get his arse whooped.
I'd do it.
I'd take $500,000 to get my arse whooped.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's stupid.
In fact, 1 second, I'm going to ask my friend here because I've got a friend over at the moment.
Oh yes.
CM Punk, 2 matches in the octagon. Yeah, both got his arse, 2 losses. He made $500,000 per match. Right?
I'd do that for
Yep, you do it as well. Yep, he'll do it as well.
So we're all consensus here. We'd have our faces rearranged for £500,000. So there we go then. I could only be made more handsome anyway, so it makes no difference for me. Someone paying me for plastic surgery, that's fantastic. So going back to this, going back to this shit all of a match. Kevin Owens versus Sami-Zayn. I've got Owens. Bunkle.
I am going Sami-Zayn via Logan-Paul fuckery.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know Batista in there as well?
What?
Batista.
Yeah, we know what Batista's there.
Yeah, Batista was MMA as well. We got, who else was there? Was Jack Swagger as well. Jake Hager.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley, bleeding Alberto Del Rio. There's a few of them that's done it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, Alan, who are you thinking for this match? Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn?
I'm going to say Kevin Owens.
Fair enough. Just for Logan Paul, or is there other reason?
Just because it's Kevin Owens.
Fair enough.
There's no other reason, just because it's Kevin Owens.
To be fair, I saw this man in person. He's a very nice man. So yeah. Next up, we have the IC Championship belt match. Big E is the champion versus Apollo Crews and his new Nigerian Prince gimmick.
Apollo Crews. Give me Apollo Crews.
He wants Apollo Crews straight away. Any other reason?
Because it's Apollo Crews.
Yeah, he has. Well, at the end of the day, you've changed his gimmick for a reason, to try and make him important and make us care. Well, he can't keep losing, otherwise we'll stop caring again. So let him win.
Yes. Bear in mind as well, Cruz, I don't think did he have the US belt for like a cup of coffee at one point?
I believe so.
Yeah, he had a belt for a cup of coffee. Big E needs this belt removing from him and fast. The reason being, this man is being lined up and groomed for the main event. It is happening. And yes, the IC belt is a very prestigious title, but it's always going to be held in a lower regard to either the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship.
That is right.
It's just a sad fact. And they will not want him taking up 2 belts. They will want to have that IC belt around somebody who they could potentially build up for the future, someone like Apollo Crews. So on that note alone, I think Apollo Crews is going over, and they're going to have a relatively decent match about it because both guys are relatively solid.
Yep, good shout. So
I will go for Crews as well on that one.
Yeah, I'm on Crews as well.
And Crews on that. So we're all agreed Apollo Crews is going for that. He's going for that. So the next up we have The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton.
I'm going to put this out there now. This is going to be the match of the night.
Okay. I think you'd be very generous calling it a match, but
I don't think it's going to be a match.
I don't think it's going to be a match. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to have some sort of mega gimmick where they're going to be outside Raymond James, or they're going to be fighting in the pirate ship, or something like that. It's going to be a clusterfuck, and it potentially could be a pre-recorded thing, like they've liked doing recently.
It's definitely going to be pre-recorded.
If we remember, we have the.
I'm going to say this now. If it's pre-recorded, then it's the worst match of the whole weekend. But if it's a live one, then it's going to be good, I reckon.
Well, here's the thing.
I've seen Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt before, and it was awful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's remember that WrestleMania match where we had the maggots in the ring. Let's remember that.
Oh, the projector.
Yeah, the projector in the ring, in the rafters. It was awful. For me, the Fiend has only just come back. Do you really want to bury him straight away? Do you? No. Again, WrestleMania is a brilliant momentum booster. If you want this man to be your big scary dude and be a credible threat, you don't lose him at the first you don't lose with him at the first opportunity you get at a major pay-per-view. You just don't do it, especially against someone like Randy Orton. Randy Orton's whole purpose there right now is to elevate people. His days of massive long championship reigns being pushed to the moon are over. He doesn't need that because he's Randy fucking Orton. He has that sort of air of prestige about him now because he's been around that long. He's had such a successful career. He doesn't need the belt anymore. He can build people to get towards that upper echelon. And for me, for that reason alone, he's going to put the Fiend over. And I think it's going to be the Fiend that goes over. It makes sense because you don't bury one of your biggest stars at the first chance you get when they've just come back.
Yeah, fine, I'll go with you on it.
Why do you say that?
Bray Wyatt's got it.
Because I don't know. Honestly, I actually think the WWE hate him. They must do. I really think they do, and they bomb Randy Orton like nobody's business. But no, no. Wait, are you guys both going Fiend?
I'm going Fiend. Yeah.
Oh fuck it! I've got to be different. I've got to pick up a win somewhere. I'm going Randy Orton.
He's going Orton because he's different. So yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on then to what I feel could be match of the night. Or at least a sleeper match of the night where no one's expecting it. It is the Raw Women's Championship.
Right, I'll tell you who wins this straight away. Ahsoka. Right, next.
It's who?
Asuka. Asuka.
So
I can't. I've been watching Star Wars.
So you've got Asuka, who's champion, versus Rhea Ripley.
Asuka's won it.
I like both women. I think they are both absolutely fantastic.
Perfect.
The only issue I have is it's going to be very predictable who is going to win this. Asuka is...
See, you're struggling now.
Because of you, damn it. Asuka, she's one of the older, sort of more one of the veterans now, who has, again, I'm going to call it the Randy Orton complex, where, yeah, you could put the belt on them if in times of need. But when you have stars that you need to build, they are the people that build the stars. These are the people that put over younger talent who have got massive potential. They are the launch pads of these people. And Rhea Ripley, as we've discussed, is a fucking star. She was my breakout star in the Artists, if we remember.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick with that. And I'm going to say Rhea Ripley is going to go over. Again, we're WrestleMania. Fantastic place to get momentum, to make a moment. If they... Obviously, they value Rhea Ripley a lot. They've put a lot into her, invested into her a lot. And I can't see anything other than a Rhea Ripley win. But I do think it's going to be a very competitive and very entertaining match.
Okay.
I think they're going to kick Seven Shades of shit out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a great match. Can't say anything other than that. For me, Rhea Ripley is going to go over. But I think it's going to be marginal.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll go with Rhea Ripley on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go as Asuka.
Asuka for Al. Go on, Bunkle.
I'm going Rhea Ripley also because they have dropped the ball with her something awful, and they have to rescue it now, or we might as well send her to AEW and... Unfortunately, they'll probably book her shit as well.
Probably. I mean, Rhea Ripley should have won the Royal Rumble for me, but
She should have beaten Charlotte Flair. She should have won the Royal Rumble. She should have won the women's title in NXT rather than that tiny Japanese girl. It can have so many different.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I cannot disagree. So yeah, moving on to the last matchup we've got announced. It's the what will be the main event of WrestleMania Night 2. We have the Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus the Royal Rumble winner for some reason, Edge, and Daniel Bryan.
I really want this to be a good match, but it's not going to be.
Roman Reigns should murder the pair of them.
I cannot disagree. I mean, I can see what's going to happen here. I can see it already. This has got SummerSlam written all over it. This is not getting concluded here, not by any stretch of the imagination, right? We have Reigns, right, who is doing the best work of his career at the minute, right? The best work of his career. Oh, but the thing is, Roman Reigns as a heel, oh my God, it's what he was born to do.
Yeah.
It was what he was born to do. Putting him with Paul Heyman was the greatest decision someone backstage has ever done. Whoever did it, that is their greatest decision. Because it has rescued Roman Reigns in the eyes of the fans. I do not see anyone slagging Roman Reigns off ever since he turned heel. I've not seen it. Unless I'm just not looking hard enough. I have not seen it. He is fantastic. He can hold. The thing is about Roman Reigns, right? There was no discussion about how bad he was in the ring, because he wasn't bad in the ring. He was okay, right? He wasn't bad. It was his character development and his character work that got him the most hate and slack. That's changed now. He's embraced the hate in a way, if this makes sense. And he's gone full-blown heel, and it works. Because he's an arrogant bastard, and it works.
It suits him. It really does suit him.
It really suits him. Versus Edge, the man who looks older every day. But at the same time, he has star power to the people in the know. Now, it's hard to remember that he's been around now for nearly 2 years. Edge now, he's been around, a year and a bit of change. So we've got him. He's the Royal Rumble winner. That's supposed to give him some sort of momentum. And it's Edge, end of the day.
Yeah.
It's Edge. He's just recently turned heel. So he's now the rated R superstar again. And we have Daniel Bryan, who,
It's just Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan is great, all right, in ring. Now, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I find Daniel Bryan bland. In terms of character and promo, he's bland.
Yeah, he was great as a heel.
He was fantastic as a heel. Again, but when you try to
face Daniel Bryan,
bland. He's bland. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just bland.
It's the same shit over and over again with him.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it.
Well, wind him up and let him go in the ring, and fuck me, it's hard to find a better wrestler.
Great.
It's really hard. So as for that, I'm going to say that Roman Reigns is going to retain in this match. And what is going to happen is Reigns is going to pin Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is there to eat shit. That is what he's there for. You can't put someone like, I don't know, as much as we like Jinder Mahal, you can't put him in that match because you know for a fact he's going to eat shit. You want somebody in there in a WrestleMania main event who looks credible, who looks like they could take the belt. Daniel Bryan is that man. But Daniel Bryan is also at the end of his career. Edge is there to get eyes on the product. So, holy shit, I remember him from the Attitude Era and these matches with the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys. He's in a main event of WrestleMania. I'm going to watch that. You know, he's there for that reason. But the thing is, though, they could take that and put it into a storyline going into SummerSlam, because Edge isn't going to be wrestling week in, week out. He's not going to do it. So what you do is you go, right, well, I want a rematch for that heavyweight championship because I didn't get fucking pinned. Yeah. You pinned Daniel-Bryan. You didn't defeat me. On my day, I can take that belt off you. I want you at SummerSlam. There's your main event.
Yeah,
no. Fair enough. I'm going to say Edge is going to get it. Right. So my theory on this is Edge is going to get the title. He's going to keep his head down, have a few matches until SummerSlam, and he's going to lose it on SummerSlam to Daniel-Bryan.
That's credible as well, to be fair, because let's be honest, they're not scared of putting the belt on a veteran, are they? I mean, let's be honest. No. We had what I can only call as the reign of terror, or terrors between Brock Lesnar and fucking Goldberg. Mm-hmm. You know, so they're not scared of putting the belt on these people that aren't clearly going to wrestle very often.
Yeah, I can see you getting it WrestleMania because everyone wants it. That's what everyone wants.
Yeah, that'd be the feel good when you turn your telly off at night. He's like, 4 o'clock in the morning. I've just seen Edge win the gazillionth world title that he's ever got. You know,
and then he's going to lose it at SummerSlam against Daniel-Bryan.
There is that. I mean, what does Reigns do? Does he go for the WWE Championship? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he gets drafted. Who knows? So yeah, maybe you're right. You could be right there, Alan. To be fair, because it's looking at past form. WWE aren't adverse to put it on a veteran, are they? So yeah, why not? So you're going with Edge, Alan?
Yep.
Why not? What about you, Buncle?
I'm going with Roman Reigns, as he should murder them both, and then we do a year-long build to The Rock versus Roman Reigns at next year's WrestleMania, and blow the roof off whatever stadium they decide to do it in.
Absolutely.
I have faith in Roman Reigns and Vince McMahon's pure love of the man.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I actually agree with you. I think that is what they're going to do. They've even got the ready-made promo shots of them at the Royal Rumble when Reigns won it, and The Rock came out and the I can't even say the word.
Yeah, you've set me off.
I sound like trying to say it out of a 1980s end of game scene. Congratulations. But yeah, I'm going with that. You know, I actually think you're spot on with that, because I do think, obviously, The Rock's not done. He's not officially said he's retired. He is box office money. You could pay him a ton of money just to work a 10-minute match.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania, and people will flood to it just to see it. It's a blood feud in a way as well. Literally, a blood feud. It could work, and for me, it's money. They could literally announce it on the Raw after WrestleMania, like they did Cena Rock. You know, it could work, and I completely agree with you. That is another reason why I think Reigns is going to go over and retain, and he's going to go on this reign of terror with the belt, which, for once, I'm going to enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yep. On that note, guys, that's our WrestleMania predictions in.
Boom.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, there's going to be a few more matches come up. I mean, there's not going to only be 12 matches over 2 nights. It's WrestleMania. You know, there's a few others coming. I mean, you got people like, Dolph Ziggler and what have you, have not even got a fucking match or anything like that yet. Not that we're bothered.
Yes, he has.
Oh, he has, does he?
He has. Let me find it.
If it's the same website I've been on, I think that is rumoured. That's a prediction.
Oh, yeah, it's prediction. So, Dolph Ziggler against Robert Rowe versus the Street Profits for the Tag Team Championship.
See, that is the one thing that's missing. I think it's SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
SmackDown Tag Team titles, Women's Tag Team titles, but who cares?
They will say what will happen with those. They will probably end up on pre-shows.
Yes,
they will probably end up on pre-shows. So you're probably talking WrestleMania Night 2. is probably going to be them 2 matches, because I think on WrestleMania Night 1, they're going to have no pre-show matches, because they're going to want that first match in front of a crowd to be Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, I think.
There you go, I've just sent it to you.
So yeah, I think that's what we've got in. So yeah, we can safely say that we've missed our deadline, but we've got the work in.
Hey. Do I get an A-star?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what Mr. Cox says, shall we?
All right.
So yeah, thank you for joining me tonight, fellas. It's been to an hour, so that's got to be a record for me for waffling on. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I mean, we've done these wrestling podcasts that have gone on for 4 hours sometimes. So, it's got to be done. So, yeah, that's an hour's worth of me, Bunkle, and Alan. So, yeah, you lucky bunch of people getting extra wrestling from your Lost Start buddies here.